Welcome back here. This is our second of our three preview shows. The other one I'm still working out for Quebec, but I'm joined by Mr. West himself, the Iceman, Craig Halford. Craig, how you doing?
Great. Thanks, Doug. Thanks for having me.
Well, I was telling you and Rob. I was like, because you guys are both you guys know more of the players, and we were kind of talking off here that going out to Calgary last year, I was wanting to see some of the players, but then I was also focused on some of the players coming from the East, making that long trip, how they would fare playing there. But there was a couple of people from the West that did catch my eye, and we're going to talk about some of them here tonight. Here, we've only got 16 people in the qualifier so far. We're going to hope that maybe this preview show we might be able to push a couple of other people off the edge to leap in the pool.
Yeah, we're hoping that we'll definitely get some more players. We're typically guilty of not signing up early, so hopefully that's what it is. But I'm guilty myself doing that. But hopefully we'll get some more players. But I see some good ones already. So
yeah, well, hopefully when Derek and I did the preview show for Newfoundland, there's only like about the same amount of people signed up, and then they went to like 30 some. Yeah. So hopefully we can get some more people. But like you said, there's some big names on the list, some names that I would be thinking of that aren't on the list yet. We'll be talking with them as well. But who's the one big one that pops off for you on the list that you really kind of see on there?
As far as
being maybe being like the top one.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely Peter Gunn. Plays with us here in Calgary. He really was, why Rob and I got better, him and Aaron and Roger. He's been practicing hard. He came up one game short in nationals, and he's a fantastic player and deserves to be in the pro division too. So I'm expecting him to really perform well and throw well. So.
Well, I think going into it, he's the only one that's really felt that gauntlet situation of the people that are in here. So he kind of knows what to kind of expect going into it, because it's we say it's one of the greatest things of cornhole, but it's also one of the worst things of cornhole with that gauntlet, playing those 6 games of rounders, then going into that pressure single elimination portion.
Yeah, and he's had a chance to do it. So Peter handles pressure well, and he's got the game to do it. He's got all the shots, and I expect him to do well.
Exactly. Another name that pops off on the list for me is Kathy Seibel, because she put on a show in Calgary last year at the Open, and I think she finished I think she was top 5 in the women's singles, and then actually did pretty well in the Open singles as well. But I think she's another one who could possibly be there as well.
Yeah, Kathy's one of the best players in Alberta. There's no question. She can throw, and the more she throws with the better people, I think she'll just continue to get better. So I'm excited to see how she does. We saw her at a tournament 3 weeks ago, and she was throwing pretty good. So I expect her to be there or thereabouts for sure. If she plays her game, she can beat anyone.
Yep. Another guy on the list here is Dennis Prince. I got to see him 2 years ago now here in Niagara Falls. He came to the Open here, and he performed well there. And I haven't really seen him in any of the bigger tournaments. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how he fares out in this as well.
Yeah, Dennis is one of the kind of OG good players out here in Alberta, and he started playing before kind of all of us. He got Aaron and Roger into it, and they've lost their league a little bit up there, so he's not playing as much as he was before. But Dennis certainly has the game, and if he's on, then I wouldn't take him lightly at all. He can play.
Mm-hmm. Then some other ones who I'm not really totally familiar with, and we talked off here. We've got Paul O'Keefe, who plays with you regularly in your league, does he not?
Yeah, Paul's one of the new guys, keen to get better, and he'll get a good experience out of this for sure. So
yeah, another guy looking for experience is one that, and we talked with another guy off air here. I'm just saying Byron P because I even said that when he was on the live feed in Calgary, because Byron, the name is it's
Too
long, and
long.
it's
I
yeah.
had I had to ask Jason about Byron because I that's the one person I didn't know. So I look forward to meeting Byron if I make it up on the weekend. But sounds like he's pretty keen to get better as a new player, and I love to see that. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to meeting him. I don't know Byron yet, so
Well, I'm gonna say I've kind of given him the same talk as I gave Brian Conway before the Newfoundland qualifier. So maybe Byron's got a shot at it, because
might be
if
the
I can
guy.
help out Conway, then I can help
Yeah.
out anybody.
Yeah, you might be the lucky charm, Doug.
Well, I can't be a lucky charm for myself. Um, the other one is probably a sentimental favorite for mine, because he does have the down and back koozie. Is Jason Seniak.
Yeah, I like Jason a lot. I think he works his ass off for this game, and he's one of the guys that has continued to get better time after time. And he could definitely be in the mix there, and he has the ability to be there. And he made the qualifier last year in Calgary, and he continues to get better, and I expect pretty good things from him. So
Yeah, and then the other one is Aaron Giroux is in this year, but for me, Aaron's probably in the toughest situation, because he's the one who's in it, but then also running the thing as well.
yeah,
So he's going to have that brain going kind of two ways. So
yeah, Aaron. When I first started, Aaron was the best player in Alberta. He can play the game. He's gotten better, but you're right. He's so passionate about it, and he leads us all out here and runs our league and is the director out here, and so he can allow his focus. Hopefully, he can just get focused and play his game. Because if he plays his game, I mean, he could win.
mhm.
There's no question. And his game's been pretty good lately, so I'm interested to see how he shakes out. And like I said, he could be the best player in Alberta again. All he's got to do is start playing and focusing a bit, I think.
Well, I think that's for a lot of, I'm looking there. There could be a lot of other players who could be on this list as well, but it's just we talked about this before as well. Just the belief in themselves. Like I'm thinking that if you got one foot over the fence, throw that other one over, just because playing in this sort of tournament is just going to help your game immensely, because you're playing games. You're going to have like at least six games of rounders against probably competition that's equal to you, maybe a touch better, but that's going to make you better as well.
Yeah, and that's what I've always said. The only way to get better is to continue to play people that are better than you. And that's how I improved. I played beside Aaron and Peter and Roger and Rob at the same time as me, kind of just trying to get better and better and better. And that's just the way it is. You want to play against people that are better than you. You will naturally improve, because it puts a little bit of pressure on you. You can't miss as much.
Mhm.
So it's that's the way it is for sure.
And for anyone who's thinking that, oh, I'm looking at stats and my stats aren't good enough, or my PPR isn't good enough, I got to throw Brian Conway under the bus here again. He went into that qualifier with a 6.8 PPR. Throw your PPR out the window. Anyone can play. Anyone can win. ACL model. It happened there. I think it can happen again in Calgary. Well, in
Black Falls.
that'd be it. I just boom. It was gone. It was
It's
there and it
red.
was gone.
Call it Red Deer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Black Falls. There's a few players in there that I think could be some players that to watch out for. Chris Inglis is another one. He plays out of Red Deer,
Mm-hmm.
and he throws a great bag. And kind of the same situation. We played with him a couple 3 weeks ago, and I've always been really impressed with Chris. So if he brings his A game, again, another guy that will be he'll have to play really well to beat him. That's for sure. He's not gonna lay down for you.
Yep. So is there anyone else on the list? Because I'm seeing some names that I have seen before. Erica Sumner's another one that I think if she throws her game, she can advance into it. I'm not sure if she'll win it, but she could advance pretty far.
Yep. Her and Jason play together all the time, and she did well in the tournament. We played a couple 3 weeks ago, and her game's solid. One of the top women in the province for sure. Along
Mhm.
with Kathy. So
Yep.
she can play too. It'd be interesting to see how she does under a little bit of extra pressure. So I think she'll do well. She's played a lot of tournaments. So.
And then another name that I'm seeing on there that I've seen kind of mentioned in some other posts is Josh Chason.
Yeah, Josh plays with us at Big Bucks, and new last year, and kind of the same thing. Really wants to get better. Him and Steve, actually, Steve Wilson, they really want to get better, and they spend their time chirping at Rob and I and Peter, and about beating us. So I'm excited to see both of them, both Steve and Josh, do well up there. If they can, if they bring their game, then you need to be sharp for sure.
Exactly, yeah. And then for anyone who's seen the list, there's some names that aren't on the list. I'm going to say yet, because you and I talked earlier in the evening, and then we both had some conversations with possible breaking news that the invaders from BC could be there.
Yeah.
They're working on it, they've said.
Yeah, I was messaging with Mike and Dustin, and they're working hard to get out here. They thought they had a pretty cheap flight, and turns out it was $1,000. So they're working on how to get out here, but they're really pretty keen to come out and play. And if those two show up, those are obviously two to watch. They're two of the best in the West for sure, and that'll really put some pressure on some other people for sure.
Well, I think even Dustin finished top 4 in the pro singles in Calgary last year after he qualified for the pro division
Yeah.
in for the open there, and then was just finished top 4.
Yeah, he came out well, and I ended up having to play Mike in the first round, and snuck by him. Like, I mean, Mike and Dustin are neck and neck. I think they were chirping at each other on our chat earlier today with the three of us. So Dustin says he was about to beat Mike, and Mike says he never beats him. So 6 of one, half dozen the other, both really good players. So.
Exactly, yeah. And then another name we talked about again off air is one that I would like to see, because I'd love to see how she would do in this type of event, because she was just a brand new player last year in Calgary. And I remember talking with her before singles, and she said, I don't have a chance this year. It's my first tournament. I'm just going in there to see how I do. She wins tier 3 singles, and it would be Jackie Lundman. She's one that I'm kind of watching her, and I'm seeing more and more podium finishes from her.
Yeah, she's been playing. She played in the tournament in BC, the big one in BC, and I think she did pretty well in that. So she's got some experience playing some bigger tournaments now. So it would be good for her to come out. I mean, it would be good for her to get some experience and play out here for sure. And maybe she surprises someone.
I think there's a definite chance that she would surprise a lot of people
Yep.
if she was in there. But I'm really looking forward to this year. It almost seems like we're going back in time, because the West is the Wild West for the ACL, because virtually unexplored. We didn't. We had you and Rob were the two people that came east, but we're still mining for those top players out of there.
We are too, and me and Rob, nobody knew us, so we were excited to do fairly well in our first season. So there's more of us out here. There's more of us out here, and we just don't have quite as many players yet, but we're starting to grow it, and we've got some good quality ones out here for sure.
Exactly, and I'll give it, because I've got it. I've seen it right here. I'll give a shout out to the Mad Hatters Cornhole Club in Strathmore. They start the qualifiers. What, the 28th is it? That's
Correct. Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah.
And then they start up, as you see, they start up for, you can go and play for free on the 29th, and
Yeah.
then their league starts on the 6th of October.
Yeah, Dave and Randy starting up in Strathmore. We played with them in the summer a little bit, and just a great guy. I don't see David on the list, but I'm I'd be really surprised if he's not up there throwing. But
Well, maybe just
yeah,
this they'll give. Well, he's one of the ones that we're just giving a little bit of a nudge to, just to kind of just
he
jump off that cliff.
he should definitely get up there and throw. Yeah, there's no question. He's a good player. So, but excited to be able to have another league here in Calgary that we have an opportunity to play cornhole. He's really focusing on trying to get some juniors out,
Yeah.
which is exciting for me. I want to see some of the juniors get out and play. So
Yeah, which is something that if everyone goes back to the national, when you were on with me, we were able to have a chance to talk about that, and I think that's one of the things that like Jonathan Burr's done that with the youth here in Delhi, letting them play for free, but just getting those players out. And if anyone's going to be going to the Open in Calgary, you're going to get to see our 10-year-old pro Mason Miller coming out there, but it's just
I'm looking forward to seeing Mason. He's
yeah, he's going to surprise a lot of people, which I think is fantastic. But
I hope I don't draw him. That's all I'm saying.
well, it's just and if there's any younger players out there in Alberta, get out to some of these tournaments, or even parents bring your kids out with you. Let them throw some bags, because it's a game that throwing bags is a great equalizer for like just across the board.
Absolutely. You look at some of the young talent in the US and 13, 14, 15 years old, and they're top 10 in the world. So it can be done. No question.
And maybe we can get some of our universities here in Canada to start giving out scholarships for cornhole teams. They do it in the States, we might as well do it here too.
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be great to see for sure. It'd be nice to be able to push that and see some kids get out there, some young athletic kids that want to excel at something. And it's a game that, like you said, anybody can do it. So
Yep. Well, I'm hoping that some more people will add to this list. Let's try and get this list to like 30 people at least. That's just another 14 people to add to that list. But
yeah, I'll keep
watch this year.
coming.
Let's go out and play.
Yeah. Yeah, there should. I know there's a few more people around that might have a chance to get out. There's quite a few good players up in Edmonton that I don't see on the list. So
yeah,
I'd love to see those boys come down. Phil Lloyd is up in Edmonton. He must be busy or something, because he's a player. He's getting better, and there's a couple of the boys in the Sturgeon County area play well. So I'd love to see those boys come down, or even some of the boys from Regina make the trip, little trip west. So
yeah, it's because it's the West is just the untapped. I can't wait for possibly maybe some more announcements. Hopefully Matt will make some, but to make a couple trips out there, which would be fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic for sure. It's exciting times, and we're excited to get everybody here, and kind of the end of October. And with the Deerfoot Inn and Casino throwing in a few extra bucks, 15K extra, we're excited to have everybody out here and kind of kick the season off with Calgary. And it sounds like we'll probably be doing the pro draft in Calgary, so that should be a lot of fun. The pro teams was a lot of fun last year.
Yeah, and if you need a hotel, check out the kind of the flyer for it, because they're also giving discount codes for the hotel, which it's almost like half price hotels for that weekend. So can't really go wrong.
Yeah, and for once it's like 13 minutes from my house, so I'm excited for that. So
I wish it was an Open that was that close to me. We almost had one.
Even Airdrie was a long ways away, but
I was trying to talk Matt into having one here, but he didn't. But yeah. Well, thank you for coming along. And I didn't mention off the top of the show, but this show here was we actually had a sponsor for the show. It was going to be brought to you by SierraHome.com, because if you're in the Edmonton area, check out Sierra Property Inspections. Talk to Darren; he'll come out, and as I always said, he'll let you know where to store. Perfect place in your house to store your cornhole boards for the winter, and everything with your house. And plus, the best part of that is that part of your payment for his work will go to the Children's Cancer Hospice in the Edmonton area. So that's the best part about it. That getting your property inspected, and you're going to be helping out another family who is in need. So go and check him out, sierrahome.com or Sierra Property Inspections on Facebook. So Craig, thank you for coming on to do this here. It's something we talked about, and I'll be seeing you in like a month.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. I definitely look forward to seeing you, and good luck to all the crew coming out on Saturday. So,
and if there's anyone who wants to live feed it, like Andrew Spencer did in Newfoundland, let me know. I will give you the keys to the show, and you can let everyone see what's going on out there in Edmonton, or not Edmonton, Black Falls. I'll get it right some point. I'll be
Central Alberta.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the West. It's the West. So yes, thank you for that. There, for everyone else who's watching, this is going to be out. You're watching on a Tuesday because that's what I'm putting out here. It's Tuesday already for me at least. But yeah, so we've got the show coming up here on Saturday night. Actually, no, it's not Saturday night this week. Check the Facebook page. We'll figure it out. And it's a silly season, so have fun throwing this weekend if you're in the qualifier, and because you want to have a chance to play against the Iceman over here. Dr. Freeze isn't here this week. It's the Iceman that's here. So have fun with that, and good luck to everybody. And let's get 14 more people at least signed up.
Thanks, Doug.